Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope you're doing well. We are continuing our reading of Tirmidhi, and we're in the chapters of Salah. Highly beneficial for us so that we can know how we should do those things. Alright, let's begin. Go ahead and listen to this as you're on your commute. You're on the subway, you're on the train, you're on the trolley. Wherever it is. Chapter 21. What has been related about Salah after Asr? Ibn Abbas narrated, the Prophet, peace be upon him, only performed the 2 rakah, units of prayer, after Asr, because some wealth came to him which distracted him from the 2 rakah after Duhur, so he prayed them after Asr. Then he did not repeat that. Daif. There are narrations on this topic from Aisha, Salama, Maymuna, and Abu Musa. Abu Isa said, this hadith of Ibn Abbas is a Hasan hadith. More than one person has reported from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that he prayed 2 rakah after Asr. And this is the contrary to what is related from him prohibiting Salah after Asr, until the sun has set. The hadith of Ibn Abbas is more correct, since he said in it, then he did not repeat that. Oh, there you go, see that? It has been related that Zayed bin Thabit reported something similar to the hadith of Ibn Abbas. There are 2 reports related from Aisha on this topic. It is related from her that the Prophet, peace be upon him, would not visit her after Asr without praying 2 rakah. Oh, there you go. And it is related from her, from Salama, from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that he prohibited Salah after Asr until the sun has set. Okay. And after Subh until the sun has risen. The view that most of the people of knowledge agree upon is that it is disliked to pray after Asr until the sun has set, and after Subh until the sun has risen, except for what is exempt from that, like Salah after Tawaf in Mecca, after Asr until the sun has set, and after Subh until the sun has risen. It has been reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, permitted that. This is the view of some scholars from among the companions and those after them. And it is the saying of Ash-Shafi, Ahmad, and Ishaq. And there are those among the people of knowledge, from the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and those after them who also dislike prayer in Mecca, after Asr and after Subh. This is the saying of Sufyan al-Thawri, Malik bin Anas, and some of the people of Al-Kufa. I like how it repeats the names, because it helps us to really see how many narrations there are of each person. I really like that. Comments. Making up the Sunnah of Duhur prayed after Asr is exclusively for the Prophet, peace be upon him, according to the majority of the scholars. But Aisha used to perform voluntary prayer after Asr, and she stated that the purpose of prohibition of the voluntary prayer after Asr was if the prayer is purposely performed at sunset. Okay. Gotcha. Chapter 22. What has been related about Salah before Maghreb? Abdullah bin Mughaffal narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, between every 2 calls to prayer there is a Salah forever who wills. Sahih. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's interesting, right? The adhans? Yeah, fast. There is something on this topic from Abdullah bin al-Zubair. Abu Isa said, the hadith of Abdullah bin Mughaffal is a Hasan Sahih hadith. The companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, differed over Salah before Maghrib. Some of them held view that there was no prayer before Maghrib. It has been reported from more than one of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that he would pray 2 rakah before the Maghrib prayer, between the Adhan and the Iqamah. Okay. Between 2 rakah before the Maghrib prayer, between the Adhan and the Iqamah. Ahmad and Ishaq said that if one prays them, then it is good. This is according to them recommended. Alright. As for the authentic narrations, praying 2 rakah after the Adhan of the Maghrib and before the Maghrib prayer are recommended, because the Prophet, peace be upon him, encouraged that. So, before praying 2 Maghrib, before the Maghrib prayer, 2 before. I wrote a list down of all the different times and trying to compare them, but ones you can do before your prayer, and that's very helpful, and to compare them, because there are different schools and whatnot, but it does help to look at it. Chapter 23. What has been related about the one who caught a Rakah of Ussr before the sun has set? Abu Hurairah narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever catches a Rakah of Subh before the sun has risen, then he has caught Subh. Whoever catches a Rakah of Asar before the sun has set, then he has caught Asar. Sahih. Okay. There is something on this topic from Aisha. Abu Isa said, the hadith of Abu Hurairah is a Hasan Sahih hadith. This is the opinion of our companions, and Ash-Shafi'i, Ahmad, and Ishaq. According to them, this hadith refers to the person who has an excuse, like a man who slept through the Salah or forgot. Then he awoke, remembered it when the sun was rising or setting. Okay, yeah, I remember that. You have to have a valid excuse. Can't just be like blind negligence, right? Smart. Chapter 24. What has been related about combining 2 prayers while a resident. Ibn Abbas said, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, combined the Duhur and Asr prayers and the Maghrib and Isha prayers in Al-Madinah, without being in a state of fear, nor due to rain. He said, they said to Ibn Abbas, why did he do that? He said, he wanted there to be no hardship on his ummah. There is something of this topic from Abu Hurairah. Abu Isa said, the hadith of Ibn Abbas has been reported through more than one route from him. That's interesting. It was reported from Jabir bin Zayed, Zayed bin Jubair, and Abdullah bin Shaqiq al-Ukayli. Shaqiq is a cool name. It has been reported from Ibn Abbas, from the Prophet, peace be upon him, by other than these as well. Good to know. And Ibn Abbas narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever combines 2 prayers without any excuse, then he has committed something from the major sins. Da'if. Abu Isa said, Hanash, a narrator in the chain of this hadith, is Abu Ali al-Rabi, Hanash bin Qais. He is weak according to the people of hadith. Ahmad and others graded him weak. The people of knowledge act according to this. I like how they always say, the people of knowledge, right? It's very helpful. One does not combine 2 prayers, except while traveling or at Arafah during Hajj. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have Arafat during Hajj, and then traveling. Some of the people of knowledge among the Tabi'een permitted combining 2 prayers for the sick person. Okay, so we also have this being sick. And this is the saying of Ahmad and Ishaq. Some of the people of knowledge say one may combine 2 prayers for rain. Oh, that's interesting. But maybe that was like when it was leaking. Like there used to be times when like traveling to a masjid by walking in the rain was a little difficult. But you can also pray inside your home. Some people, this is the view of Ash-Shafi, Ahmad, and Ishaq. Ash-Shafi did not think that the sick person could combine 2 prayers. Ouch. It depends on the sickness though, man. You got the flu. You're kind of drowsy, like, you don't even know what you're saying. You have like, maybe the scholars have highlighted what constitutes as a valid sickness. You know, because things can get pretty brutal. Chapter 25. What has been related about how the adhan started? Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Abdullah bin Zayed narrated, when he awoke, he went to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, to inform him of the dream. He said, "Indeed, this dream was true, so go to Bilal, for he has a better and louder voice than you." Oh, look at that. So a dream. Whoa. Bilal's voice. I remember them talking about that. Convey to him what was said to you, so that he may call to the prayer with that. He said, when Umar bin al-Khattab heard Bilal calling for the prayer, he went to Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, and he was dragging his izar, as he was hurrying, saying, "O Allah's Messenger, by the one who sent you with the truth, I dreamt the same as he said." Wow, so we have Umar bin al-Khattab, and then we have Abdullah bin Zayed. Wow. He said, so Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, "To Allah is the praise." So that confirms it even more. Hassan. Whoa. That's really cool, man. Who knew? Well, the scholars know, but we just found out. He said, there is a narration on this topic from Ibn Umar. Abu Isa said, the hadith of Abdullah bin Zayd is Hasan Sahih hadith. This hadith was reported by Ibrahim bin Sa'd from Muhammad bin Ishaq in a more complete manner than this narration, and it is longer. In it, he mentions the story of the adhan, that it is each part 2 times, and that the iqamah is 1 time each part. Abdullah bin Zayd is Ibn Abdul Rabih, and they call him Ibn Abd Rab. Oh, he's got like 3 names. We do not know of anything he narrated from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that is correct, except for this one hadith about the adhan. Oh, well, what do you know? That's pretty tiny, but sufficient. Cool. There is a hadith from Abdullah bin Zayd bin Asim al-Mazini from the Prophet, peace be upon him, and he is the uncle of Abad bin Tamim. Oh, would you look at that? Cool, we got some lineage talk going on. Cool. So Abdullah bin Zayd and Umar bin Khattab had a dream about the adhan. They told the Prophet, peace be upon him, and it became the tradition. And Bilal was the first one to call it. Nice, man. Then the combining of prayers for Arafah during Hajj, sick, traveling. A lot of hadiths from Ibn Abbas. Wow. Awesome. Hope you learned something, fam. Because I know I did.